In this episode we discuss, is Tasmania even real, and show you one of the juiciest montages of this place that you'll definitely want to stick around for. So let's get stuck in. So is Tasmania even real? Epic landscapes, somewhere in Africa, ancestral population? Well, let me confirm, it is real, it is epic, and I've recently just fallen back in love with the place. Let me explain why. Today is an epic day, and it's been a long time coming. See, 5 years ago, I'd planned to drive from the UK to Australia. Now that plan's chopped and changed over the years, but the essence of the trip is still there. Now, over a year ago, I'd already started the trip. I was booked on the ferry 1 week out before we left, and the whole world went into lockdown, and we all know what happened next. Now, was I frustrated? Yes, but I was still optimistic that the world would open up in a couple of months. Now, obviously that didn't happen, but it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. So the Tasmanian government did an amazing job at managing the situation. And I still had a lot of freedom, so I could still get out and hike and get into the mountains and meet up with other creatives and do what I'd normally do, but just in my home state. And then I had a bunch of tourism contracts that also got me out on adventures that I'd probably never do by myself. I soon fell back in love with the islands, and it's the rough and raw landscapes that made me really appreciate it. But turns out I also didn't realise how badly I needed this. I've been so spoilt with being able to travel to some of the most epic and dramatic landscapes in the world. I'd actually forgotten how amazing home was. And look at this place, it's absolutely magic. Now the reason why today is such a good day is because I'm packing up the camper and doing my final checks. And as soon as the alarm goes off tomorrow morning, I'll be driving this big overlanding beast around Australia. No, it's not the scale of the initial trip, but for the first time in a long time, I'm actually insanely curious to explore my home country and see what Australia has to offer instead of flying overseas. We're on our way. We're going like under the decks. I've never been down this deep. So we'll be travelling and shooting some of the destinations I've been dying to get to for years. First up is Victoria. South Australia is on the hit list next. Then we'll be heading north to Northern Territory, where I don't even know what's going to happen after that. So if you haven't subscribed already, what the bloody hell are you doing? Hit the subscribe button, give us a like because it helps, and can't wait to see you in the next one. Well, let me... And it's been a long, long time. At this stage, I was still pretty optimistic. Was I optimistic? Oh, fuck, Jess. Now, obviously that didn't happen, but it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. So we'll be traveling and shooting some of the destinations I've been drawing